Yo, what's going on, great people? It's your boy Troy from the TNT Unleashed Podcast with my brother Trell. What up, Trell?
What's the business?
You know what it is. This TNT Unleashed Podcast. This is where authenticity lives, where ego dies. This is where we talk about everything from life to love to relationships to everything in between. You might laugh, you might cry, but we hope you leave what? Unleashed. Brother, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
We back at it. We back at it, man. I'm so excited to be back here with you today. It's been a few weeks since we recorded.
I'm ready.
But we in the thick of season 2, brother.
We in the thick of it.
See, we already been arguing. I just want y'all to know on here, we've been arguing before this started about this singing. He keep doing it, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because it ain't working.
I don't know what you're gonna do.
I've had a few people in the audience already say that your singing ain't acceptable, bro.
You tell them I said I don't care because my ego is dead. Little
you know
haters.
What? I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Man, look, let's get into some good stuff, man.
Let's do it.
The world of the alternate universe and just media and all that good stuff has been going on, and we got a lot to talk about. But today's topic gonna be juicy. It's gonna be juicy. But before we get into it, we're gonna leave y'all hanging for a second. Before we get into it, because today's topic is something serious. Y'all gonna want to listen in.
That's a fact, Jack.
Man, let's talk about these NBA playoffs because let me tell you something. It's starting to be good, but at the beginning, I was not convinced that the NBA playoffs is gonna be worth nothing.
I'll tell you what.
What?
The NBA playoffs would absolutely be the worst playoffs I've ever seen in my entire life.
If what?
If it wasn't for one thing.
What's that?
Ant-Man.
You know what? You and Ant-Man. Ant-Man is dope.
Ant-Man.
They call that man the second coming of Jordan.
Ant-Man's gonna make me watch NBA again.
Okay, tell me why.
He's a two-way threat. Offense, defense. He don't play no games. He don't want you to score on you, and he wants to destroy you.
He want all the smoke. He want all the smoke.
Then in the press conferences, he does nothing but thank his team. He's a monster. He's old school. He's 80s and 90s NBA basketball playing in 2024, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. So much so that the Nuggets might get swept.
You're right. I actually will be happy if the Nuggets get swept.
The Nuggets, the best.
I'm so tired of watching the
best team in NBA. The way the product is delivered today, is getting dominated by nothing but old school basketball.
I love it. Well, it's bad.
Ant-Man.
Shout out to Ant-Man.
I need a jersey.
Shout out Anthony Edwards. Shout out to you, bro, because you bringing basketball back. You and your team, though. Team, last night, I ain't never seen the Denver Nuggets in the last couple of years look that frazzled in my life.
That's because they never played against 80s, 90s basketball before.
You're right. It was hardcore. What's his name? Murray couldn't even bring the ball to the court.
He threw a heating pad on the court.
You think he should be suspended for that?
Absolutely
too.
If I twist the ankle,
then
that's
what?
Millions of dollars that changes the whole game. Like don't act like that, man.
Don't do that.
Murray been balling.
Yeah.
For the last 2 playoffs.
He also been balling against people who can't play no defense.
But he been balling for the last 2 playoffs.
That's true.
So Murray. Most people like you. Don't let your emotions make you lose people supporting of you.
That's right.
Like you can't. Your day can't be going bad. You throw shit.
Yeah. He should be suspended, bro.
You can take your ball and go home too for just a game.
he remind you of the nigga at the park, ain't it?
Yeah. The one that's balling until things get tough.
Yeah, he get mad.
Don't be that guy, Murray.
Somebody come on the court, start whooping his ass. And all of a sudden, I want to take my ball and go home.
Yeah, don't do that, Murray.
Don't do that.
You got too much respect.
Yeah, because you too good.
Yeah, but shout out to Ant-Man.
Hey, Ant-Man is it. For the first time last night, when I watched the game, Joker looked unathletic. I mean, he always looked unathletic, but they exposed his lack of athleticism last night.
Yeah, I think that all old school basketball exposes weaknesses. And that's why all players came back better each season.
Yeah.
I think in today's game, you don't have to. That means whatever you need to work on in the offseason, it's something you create on your own.
That's right.
That means you just, I want to perfect this. I think I'll get better at that. But back in the day, teams force you to correct things.
Yeah.
So Jokic gonna come back better next year.
He better.
But it took some old school ball to expose him, which that's no knock on him.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
That's not on the product.
He better start doing some ladder drills or something. Feet got to move a little faster.
Now look, Ant-Man's only 22.
Ant-Man gonna be the truth.
He out here balling.
You think he'll be the face of the NBA?
Absolutely.
You think so? Why?
Because I don't know any behavior issues. I think that he's just a straightforward cat. He doesn't seem to have any character issues. He seems to be emotionally mature too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So and he got swag.
He got swag, but he doesn't have ego.
Yeah.
That means he show up ready to kill you.
Yeah.
Just like all the greats do.
Yeah.
And then go back to that gun hotel room and then do what he needs to do to come and kill you again, and that there's no anything in between it.
Hey, I can't get over these shades you got on your face.
Hey man,
what you doing? You an entertainer now?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your entertainment name?
Oh man, I'm about to think about that.
All right, I need to know by the end of the show.
Last episode, I mean, I had a show name until I heard Sweet Peter Jesus. So now I gotta come up with a different show name. It just ain't that good.
He'll call you T Diddy.
No, you ain't gonna call me that shit. I hang up on you. If this is the phone, I hang up.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
All right,
don't even bring that around me no more.
Man, let's get to something else.
Let's talk about Drake and Kendrick. The fight continues.
The fight continues.
So most recently, we had what? You're Not Like Us.
Yep. Yep.
And all the things prior to it. Where you at on the Drake Kendrick beef? Because I know you probably sad.
For what? Because man, my boy Drake holding his own. What you talking about?
You think so?
Yeah.
How so? Where did he hold his own? What track held his own?
Drake is just a master petty manipulator that understands the art of war, and he know what he's doing. And so here's the thing: Kendrick is dope. I'm not anti-Kendrick, but I'm pro Drake. Now, actually, the reason I'm liking Drake in this battle is because it's making him rap again. Okay. Right? So he actually having to come out and show people what he was based off of before. He had the singing going on. But so far going Drake and like his beginning albums, he would drop a couple verses on you, be like, okay, he had to remind you of who he was, how crafty he was, and how talented he was. And I think they need to stop playing with my boy Drake, man.
I mean, what's the score?
I think the score is even.
Even.
It's even.
Even Steven.
It's even.
What's the last track?
Now, if all of it was lies, then Drake up. If Drake calls Kendrick to rap about stuff that he wanted him to rap about because he planned it and he didn't vet it, then Drake winning.
Do you think that this battle is good or bad for rap?
I think it's great for rap. I think it's great for rap. I don't think it's great for the community, but it's great for hip hop.
Right.
Because I think hip hop needed some people to come back and just battle. Because man, we came up with all the battle raps.
Facts.
Right. So people was going at each other. It was cool. Not cool. I mean, because it was probably some real shit going on. But it was like the artistry was showing.
Yeah.
I just don't know about that. What you think? Who up?
I don't know who's up, man, because the thoughtfulness of Drake. You're gonna assign value to that.
Yep.
But Kendrick's just coming like regular, like consistency coming. So there's value to that too.
Yeah.
I would say whether or not it's good or bad, it's good for me personally and my personal emotions.
Yeah.
Because people are rapping. But at the same time, the industry itself is moving away from paying rappers and paying streaming services or trying to establish streaming services.
Yeah.
So, these rap labels, dog, have put out like 50% layoffs and stuff like that. Jeez. Meanwhile, we got beef. I would personally love if Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Future, and all these cats put out some albums like Master P used to back in the day.
Dropping albums. Like
just drop an old school
double disc.
Yeah. Compilation album with all of y'all on it.
That's it.
I would rather hear all that.
I really hear that
to
too.
be honest with you.
Didn't argue.
Like I you know what I'm saying? Take all y'all shit, put it together, and you've got the money minds. You got the money information.
Yep.
Come together, create some type of music conglomerate of sorts, and put out compilation albums instead. I'd rather hear that. Because I think that would take this music that's coming out now and make it better because they would challenge each other in a better way. That means you can't just show up on a verse on a compilation album trash.
No, you gotta bring it.
You gotta bring it.
Yeah.
I'd rather hear that.
Now I'll tell you one thing that it has shown me.
Yeah.
Is that people have a hard time being objective.
Yeah.
I mean, people get so attached to an artist that they can't see no wrong in what that artist is doing. Or no good. Like they can't even like think about the artistry of it as a whole.
Yeah, that's because this awesome universe created the same thing as gang affiliation. It's affiliation. Like I'm down with this clique. I'm down with this crew.
Yeah.
Whatever, like kids. But
he said like kids.
I think that the biggest way to solve it is create that double album and then put me on a few tracks.
Put you on a few tracks?
Yeah, or interludes. Let me do the interludes for it.
Why?
Because I'll make that shit dope.
Why?
Because I'm dope.
Oh, okay.
I'm dope.
You gonna sing?
Yeah.
Well, that shit ain't gonna sell at all.
I mean, look.
That's all y'all. It's a rap. Don't even look.
Back in the day,
no,
we used to have good interludes.
We did have good interludes. Now, then we go like 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, Because interludes lead to the next track.
Yeah.
I want to get paid off of making up interludes. I make an interlude for every 2 tracks per this compilation, and that's what
we need to do an episode where we play nothing but interludes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna create something.
We're gonna do an episode, all the old school 90s R&B and hip hop and nothing but interludes.
Yeah.
That'll be dope.
I got something else for you.
What's that?
Your girl Sexy Red's back at it.
That's not my girl.
I tell you.
First of all, don't call her my girl because she ain't my girl.
I tell you.
She's not my girl.
I tell you what though.
What?
Sexy Red was twerking at a country music concert. So there was a country music artist.
That's a fail.
That was performing.
It's a fail.
In stereotypical country music ways.
Country music ways.
And she came out and started twerking.
Yeah.
To country music, and the crowd went wild.
Yeah, because they like your culture, they don't like you.
That's exactly it. Tell me, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm highly disappointed. Because they be waiting on us to make a fool of ourselves so they can enjoy our culture and then go back and tell us why we ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't appreciate that. So she's fell into the trap. No, she probably got paid a bunch of money for it and all that kind of stuff. She got a notoriety, all that good stuff. But for the culture, to me, it's not a good look. Not a good look. Not a good look. I'm proud of her for getting her money. Right? I'm proud of any black person that gets their money. I would never hate on somebody's money because I believe that the foundation to generational upward mobility is money. Right? Money, assets, things.
Facts.
So I'm cool with that. She's going to change the trajectory of her whole life and her family life. But I ain't cool with you twerking on stage in front of white people so they can laugh at you.
That's a fact, man.
I'm not racist, though.
Yeah, it's impossible for you to be, but I was shocked by the crowd, and that's what made me feel the worst about it. You know what I'm saying? These country music folk, deep down country, in the southeast part of the country, live the same type of life as poor black people.
Exactly.
And love all this shit. And I still vote for Trump, though. But, you got to understand when you are an entertainer and when you to help.
Yeah. Ooh, say it again.
You got to understand when you're the entertainer
and when you
to help.
Man,
now,
look.
What can differentiate it is if that same music artist did a track with Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that can save this is that same country music artist, him and his banjo.
Yep.
Better do a track with Sexy Red.
They got to.
Because I ain't trying to hear the shit.
Look, you with it, bro. I can't. I was disappointed, man. My feelings were hurt a little bit. I was like, man, I just know they're laughing at her in the background. Now, aren't these the same country fans who just said Beyonce couldn't do country?
That's a fact, Jack.
Didn't they just say Beyonce was not allowed to do country because she wasn't?
Yeah, but that's because they were scared of her.
Well, exactly, because who created country?
Yeah, we did.
Exactly.
We created all the music genres, really.
All of them.
Rock and roll, blues,
everything,
jazz,
everything, all that, everything.
You know
we are the genesis of all the music forms for the most part.
Our culture is the most sellable product in the world.
Yes, it is.
It's the most marketable product in the world. So, man, look, if you want to make money off of our culture, cool. But show love too.
Show love. Show love financially too.
Show love in all the ways. Respect and respect.
And respect. In front of people. Not just like in the background. Like show love to the masses. Go on all the networks and talk about how good how much you like Sexy Red and believe in Sexy Red.
So if you have respect and you have love, then you can still talk your shit.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Tom Brady's roast.
Ooh.
I saw Tom Brady get roasted for about 3 hours.
Okay.
And they were giving him the business. Yeah,
Kevin Hart was holding it down. Now.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Hart.
Because
you came out here and was like, I'm not taking it easy on your ass.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
You could tell Tom Brady signed up for some shit, and halfway through, he's like, oh, shit.
He's like, why did I do this?
But that's an example of, look, nobody has to agree with you or agree with your life decisions or even who you are.
Yep.
They can be down for you.
Yeah.
Fool with you.
Yeah.
Respect you.
Yep.
And then they create a space to just roast you so you can get paid.
Yeah.
So don't hate.
Don't hate.
They talked about everything from him leaving his pregnant wife at some point
to go play football.
Was only in the media for like a half a day.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that he left a pregnant wife for Giselle.
Yeah, to go be 8 and 7 or something like that.
Yeah. Then got with Giselle, and they talked about everything. I love the fact that they didn't hold no punches with Brady.
Yeah,
they didn't hold no punches. But I also love how his homies came in and roasted him, but they still took care of them at the same time.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was my thing about the roast. Could you be roasted?
The more I release my ego,
Mm-hmm.
then the more I would be capable of being roasted. Now, you'd asked me this 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have been able to roast without a fight.
Yeah.
Because I would have been, my ego would have been too bruised. I would have been able to accept it. But now I'm at a point in my life where, you know, like I said, where ego dies.
Yeah.
Where I can start to understand, like, hey, these people that really care about me, I can stand a little bit shit talk.
Yeah.
Could you?
No.
I know you couldn't.
Hell no.
No.
I mean, I'll take the Joneses in private.
Yeah.
That's what our culture does.
Mm-hmm.
We crack on each other amidst family.
That's facts.
But roasting me in front of strangers, you can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Note to self: set up a roast for Trell.
Yeah. Go ahead, so I can flip all the tables over and all. So I can just get up with my drink and slowly walk in the audience, like Will Smith did before he slapped Chris Rock, and I just flip tables over and knock drinks on the table and shit like that.
We'll just make sure we have security.
Yeah.
And we're gonna roast shit out you.
It's my shit.
We gonna roast the shit out of you.
Ain't nobody gonna be able to get to me.
I already know what I'm gonna say first.
Yeah.
We'll tell the people about it later.
You better.
We'll tell them about it later.
Mm-hmm.
What else on your mind?
Shit, what's your unleashed thought for today? Oh, I got one more thing.
What's that?
You can now get penis enlargement surgery.
What? Where does this come from?
Data. It's surgical procedure.
So you can now get penis enlargement surgery. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, look, you can get BBL. You can get bigger dick.
Would you get it?
Yep.
You would.
Why not? If you get a BBL, why you can get a bigger dick?
Hey.
I just don't have the need for it right now.
Ain't talking about need. Just if you just decided you want to wake up and I want a 14-inch penis.
First of all, I wouldn't get surgery to get no 14-inch penis unless I was trying to be a porn star. Why would you need a 14-inch penis when that's not? I would beg to argue that that's not the most comfortable thing for a woman.
I'm just saying, would you get it?
I'm saying, would you?
No, I don't trust the surgery yet, man. I need to make sure it's gonna work when I'm 70.
You need clinical studies on it.
Yeah, like I gotta make sure it's gonna be good for 30 to 40 years.
30 to 40 years. That's a long time.
Now they prove that. Cause I still want to be stroking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm 75, I want to be like, I be stroking.
I be stroking. That's what I be doing.
I be stroking.
I be stroking.
But see, man, I'll mess around and get this enlargement surgery just to try to please and impress a woman.
Yeah.
And then can't stroke in 10 years.
Because it won't even get up.
Yeah. I would take some fat out my abs and put it in my penis.
Your abs?
If I needed to.
Shit, I got plenty of fat to give.
If I needed to.
This dad bod be dad bod, boy.
But
don't worry, I'm working on that shit.
That's the thing right now. I'm going to look up the cost and shit just in case.
You know what? That's a good segue into our topic. But we got to first, you know what segment we missing?
Unleashed thought. What's your unleashed thought?
Unleashed thoughts, baby. So look at something the other day. So let's talk about these unleashed thoughts. I got an unleashed thought for you. Tell me what you think about it.
Let's hear this shit.
I think that any man that has a baby, or any couple, or any people that have a baby, should be required to do a DNA test when the baby is born. That's what I think.
Tell me more.
I think there's too many men out here not knowing that they not the baby daddy.
Not the father.
Not the father. Too much Mari going on in the world.
You are not the father.
And men are paying for babies that ain't theirs. And, you know, I don't think that we should leave it up to the benefit of the doubt and just trusting something. If it was just standard and everybody had a DNA test, we wouldn't have no problems.
Well, that God.
What do you think?
I think that's an easy ask.
That's fair.
I think that's
swab now.
That don't really require a lot. You both in the hospital together. Baby's being born. Things going down. So DNA is appropriate. So let me ask you this, which goes into my unleashed question.
Okay.
If you find out, let's say 8 years later, the child you raised was yours, could you stay in a child's life?
Don't do this to me.
Done did it. Done did it.
Okay, so I could stay in the child's life. I think it would change the capacity in which I would stay in that child's life. So am I now financially responsible? No. But could I still be, I can't go from Daddy Troy to Uncle Troy. You know, or
Uncle Daddy Troy.
Or Mentor Troy.
Daddy Uncle
Coach
Mentor.
Troy.
Friend Troy.
But I ain't Daddy Troy no more. Because you ain't you are not my seed. Now I can still show love, a lot of love, and still contribute and participate and all the kind of things. But what I can't do is say that's my biological responsibility. And I would feel some kind of way. I just would. I wouldn't give up on a child. I would never leave a child hanging. But it would change dynamics.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it would change everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know that wouldn't be your responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
but would you stay in their life?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would stay in life. Would you?
Yeah, man. Shit. If I found out for some reason Goldie wasn't mine,
Mm-hmm.
that Goldie my baby.
Yeah.
I would do everything I possibly can for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't give a damn about anybody or anything else. Like that whole, I mean, I would have to break it down. Like, look, this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is as far as I can go.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I have for you.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to navigate it? Really figure it out together, because I wouldn't leave her.
Yeah.
But I would have a deep hatred and resentfulness for
the mama.
For the mama.
Would you tell her the truth?
Yeah.
I think she deserved the truth.
I would have to tell her the truth so that she can understand my changes.
Yeah. Why you moving the way you move.
Why it is. Like, I would still make sure she had everything she needed.
Yeah.
I would. It would just be a part of my life journey. Like, my daughter isn't mine biologically. That don't change the fact that it's my daughter.
That you connected. I got you. You know what I found out the other day?
What?
I found out a little known fact. I forget what state it was. I don't know if it's Georgia. Some of these states have different divorce laws, right? So this is what I found out.
Mm-hmm.
You literally could say a man and his wife was getting a divorce, right? They were getting a divorce. Say she got pregnant by another man before they was officially divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that if they didn't have an official divorce, that he could be responsible for the baby? Did you know that?
Under those conditions, that woman and that baby kissed my ass from the jump.
But you would be legally responsible for taking care of that baby unless there was. So what has to happen? I was looking on TikTok the other day. I'll be looking on stuff.
Oh shit!
And what has to happen is the biological father has to come and prove his paternity.
Even though it can be proved up front.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the topic of the day. Because I ain't got time.
I'm telling you, I was flabbergasted, man. I was really kind of hurt by the whole thing. But let's move on because we got a juicy topic tonight.
Talk to me. What's the topic for today?
We're gonna talk about alternative lifestyles. Alternative lifestyles. That's the topic of the day, great people. So all you out there who've been curious about alternative lifestyles, we're gonna discuss a little bit about everything. We're gonna talk about some different types of alternative lifestyles. That means sexual romantic relationships, right? And then we're gonna talk about, could we do it? What it means. Why will somebody do it?
So what are the types? If you had to get like a main foundation of the types that are common, easy to understand,
what
would they be?
Let's break them down.
Let's hear it.
All right. So the first one that people have heard of probably is polyamory. Right. So polyamory is where there's multiple partners. There's consent that multiple partners are seeing other multiple partners. They have an intimate relationship with other people.
That's being single.
No, it means it's consent that you can have multiple intimate relationships with other people.
So that means you can create a list. I'm fooling with these people. Do you approve?
Yeah.
And when they approve, you
there's
can
consent.
do it.
There's polyamorous.
Oh, okay.
So that's polyamorous.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah. What's the next one?
Second one, open relationships. That means that there's an agreement, that whatever party could have sexual relationships outside of the foundational relationship, but there's consent and agreement on it. So it's open. I think a lot of people in open relationships don't even know it.
That's a fact, Jack.
That's a fact, Jack.
But there's consent.
But there's consent. There's agreement. There's a conversation that was had. So we have an open relationship, right? That's number two. Another one I saw was swinging. All right, so swinging is where couples have relationships with other couples.
Swing.
And they have sexual relationships with those couples, but it's all consented to.
And they all are in participation at the same time.
They all participate at the same time. But so they might go to swingers club, they might go to swingers parties, they might go to do all this stuff, but they swinging together. So that's number three.
Swing.
I got a fourth one. Stop saying.
I got to know.
Fourth one is what some would call polyfidelity.
Or what?
What the normal polyfidelity. But another term for it is a throuple. So that means there's three people, they in a relationship together. So you got maybe you got a woman and two men, or two men and a woman, and they all together, but they all faithful to each other. It's a throuple.
That's just a group relationship.
Essentially.
Okay.
So that's a throuple.
Three or more.
Yeah. Three. Throuple.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got
1, 2, 3.
3.
We all in together.
Okay.
Couple. Right? The last one is something I heard of. It's called monogamish.
Anything that ends in ish is some bullshit.
So essentially, it's like
I'll be there at 12:30ish.
It's like people get a hall pass.
Okay, that's hall pass.
You get a hall pass.
Every now and again.
So every now and again, you get a little hall pass. Go out, get your little booty, or a little penis, or whatever it might be. But it's monogamish type relationship. So those are the ones that stood out to me. It's plenty of types of alternative lifestyles, right? But I think it's taboo for us to talk about it in our community.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour me a drink and talk about this right here.
Because I think we need to talk about it.
Talk about this right here.
Go ahead, pull up because
you want some?
It's gonna be give me some because that's why I got my shades on because I don't want y'all to see my face.
Yeah,
as I talk about.
I want to see my eyeballs
as I talk about this because as I get older, I'm more interested in alternative lifestyles.
You know what? As I get older, I learn to judge less and understand more. So when I hear about these alternative space, I just assume that I'm wrong about it. I read a book called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Okay.
Forget the author's name, just popular book. Everybody can look that up. But part of it is when you go into things, you should assume you're wrong.
Okay.
If you ever want to have a chance of understanding it, essentially.
All right.
So I'm assuming I'm wrong. And I'm trying to figure out how and why people do it as I've done my due diligence, right?
Good question.
And I've come to a lot of different ideas that I can't conclude on, but just ideas.
Okay.
So what I think is we're talking about ego death.
Okay. Talk about it.
So you got all these things happening, right? You're in a relationship. You've been in a relationship for 20 years. And what you got a beautiful home, beautiful family, all the shit that comes along with a marriage, taken care of.
But a monogamous marriage.
Monogamous marriage.
Yep.
But, let's say your lady just wants something different. So if we were to look at that in a vacuum, what actually stops you? What would actually stop you from being like, okay, on vacation, and your lady wants to have a threesome? You've always known it, and she wants to have a threesome, and you're not with that, right? And she's thinking it, she's feeling it, right?
Okay.
And she brings it up to you for the first time.
Yeah.
Would you shut it down?
No.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't shut it down because my ego is not involved as much anymore. I would listen because I'm curious. I want to know what it is you desire.
Right. Would you, let's pretend like you can guarantee without any shadow of a doubt that if you did a threesome, that she would never have access to that person again. Would that increase your willingness to talk through it or to maybe even consider it? If you can guarantee without a shadow of a doubt.
I cannot confirm or deny. I got to think about this because what it sounds like is you went back to why people do it, why people won't do it.
Yeah, I think it's control.
I think it's control, and I think it's fear.
I think it's control and fear. Like shit. If I can't control the situation, any situation in an intimate space, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, so that puts so what monogamy does is it puts the parameters around it so that you can control it.
Right.
So the fear is if I let this become open, then I might lose that person.
Right.
That's scary though. That's scary.
Do you think that people that are participating in these alternative lifestyles versus the monogamous are more healthy or less healthy in a sexual space?
I think they're more healthy. I think their egos are totally disengaged in this. It's really just about pleasure for them. It's about pleasure and freedom. I think, and I can admit to it, my ego still might be a little too big. Yeah. But it's dying.
It's dying.
You know what I mean? It's starting to become a little more open to just understanding what these lifestyles look like. And the other part of it is, I think we downplay people's desires or our partner's desires because we won't even ask.
That's a fact.
Or entertain the conversation.
Jack.
They shut it down.
So I believe that your traditional relationships needs the alternate universe and all that experience they have to actually please your woman in a traditional space.
Okay, talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it right now.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Couple of things.
Here we go.
Couple of things. I think that the monogamous space needs to merge with the alternate lifestyle space to learn game.
Okay.
Because I don't believe that, especially men in the monogamous space, creates an environment to really understand and know what their ladies actually want.
Oh, because their ego's too big.
So that means that your lady could be walking around with 10 things they want.
Yeah.
That you will never know about.
Yeah.
Which puts you in a space of doing the same old two-step.
Yeah.
And not evolving to where she needed to be.
Two-step.
And then that increases your chance of getting cheated on, in my opinion.
Because you're not open.
Not open to the conversation.
Yeah.
Not the execution.
Yeah. Well, at least the conversation.
And conversation are two different things.
Yeah.
Now, you know, Trell Unleashed.
Yeah, go ahead and unleash yourself.
I'll be saying a lot of stuff.
All right, let's go.
I do my due diligence.
Okay.
Let me show you some tell you some data that I found.
Lord. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Lord.
This is what I found.
Oh, let me wipe my forehead.
So if you go and do your due diligence, right?
Yeah.
This is why the conversation is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why you gotta actually not judge anybody in the world, but try to understand them.
Okay.
This is a perfect example of it.
All right, let's talk about it.
If you look at the top porn categories women search in the United States of America.
Oh Lord, drum roll, please.
And also this data is like tangible data, graphs, charts, everything.
Yeah. The statistics.
This comes from all the top porn sites that people go to. That's your Pornhubs, so forth and so on.
XNXX.
Yeah, all that.
And y'all don't act like y'all know what those are because y'all be on them every night. Don't ever act like y'all know what. Y'all listen. Y'all know what we talking about.
So check this out. Here are the latest statistics.
Okay.
Now, everybody's top 3 is the same top 3. Okay, I'm getting that. That includes
that's the vanilla stuff.
That's the vanilla stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into everything beyond that.
Okay.
The top 5 things ladies research on a porn site.
All right.
Or go to a porn site.
Oh Lord.
And I'm going to tell you that, and the percentage in which they go to it more than men.
Okay, so the top 3 things.
No, I'm doing the top 5.
Okay, the top 5 things that women search on a porn site.
Yep. And and what compared to men?
Okay, all right, let's go.
Number 1 is hardcore. So women search and watch hardcore porno 113% more than men.
Oh Lord.
The next one is rough sex.
Okay.
They research that 106% more than men.
Okay.
Gang bang.
Gang bang.
Gang gang.
Oh shit.
104% more than men.
Oh Lord, it's time to log off.
Bondage.
91%.
I
can get with some bondage. I think I can get with that.
80 and double penetration is 87%
DP
more than men. So here's the thing. The reason why I can't judge the alternate universe is because they know stuff about their women we don't know.
Yeah, because they open.
They've opened that environment up. Right? So as men in monogamous relationships, we are walking around with fear of performance. So if it don't go right, who knows next time you're going to get some more action.
Exactly.
And you're guessing on what's wanted or needed.
Yeah.
But that's something we're going to have to learn.
We got to drop our ego to
You better go talk to these alternative cats. That means what we need to be doing is be like, hey, my alternative brother. What's the key to doing this hardcore rough stuff?
Yeah.
To the ladies.
Yeah.
Like, how does it work? How do we lean into it?
You need to be a dom, you need to be a sub.
All that. You need to learn all the language. Bondage, gang bang, double penetration could be a toy in you. It don't have to be another person.
It could be kinks.
All you need to know is what your woman likes.
That's it.
So I personally think it's healthy for monogamous people to go in the space of the alternate universe.
Yeah.
I mean, alternate lifestyle.
Yeah.
And learn the game so that you can open your woman up to do all that shit in your house. Because guess what that's going to be?
What's that?
Guess what I just read to you?
What's that?
The next 5 chapters of my
romance novel.
Romance novel.
I already know. No, that's
romance novel.
That's so dope though. I think we actually are, as a community, a lot of times, we are stifling ourselves we don't want to explore because our egos are fearful that something bad might come out of it. But what if something great come out of it?
Monogamy is created off of social norm.
Exactly.
So a lot of us in these traditional monogamous relationships, I'm not suggesting you open them up to anybody else.
Exactly.
I am, however, suggesting you open them up to all the shit that's wanted.
Just ask the questions.
You know what I mean? So that means you've got to figure out all the stuff you like.
Yeah.
be strong enough to convey it.
Yep.
Then you got to create a space for your lady to be like, man, I do want to be double penetrated. I do. And I fantasize about gangbang.
Mm-hmm.
You better find an alternative because you can buy a substitute for a person anytime you want.
You could.
Anytime you want. Or you can take them to the swing club and let them watch a gangbang. They might not like it.
That's true.
What are your thoughts considering that data?
Consider that data. I think we should have conversations. No, to me, if it's already happening, right? They're already searching it. Means they're desiring it. They want to look at it. They will fantasize about it. What kind of things could you do to help, foster an environment where it might be okay?
The way I see it, a woman's porn searches could either be a fantasy without you or a fantasy with you.
So yeah, that's true.
And the only way it could be a fantasy with you
is if you
engage in these conversations and open that thing all the way up to where there's no judgment and no nothing, and there's just some understanding of it.
Yeah. I think it takes a lot for a couple to get there, to get to a point where they can drop their egos enough to just want to be curious about each other. One of the things I always say, man, is like one of the most important things is to be curious, to stay curious. And as you get longer and longer in a relationship, if you don't stay curious and you're still doing the same old 1-2 step, then that's when relationships die.
Yeah, the conversation is a relationship.
Yeah.
That goes back to the very first episode we've ever done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to have deeper conversations sexually, but also watch that porno and figure things out. I feel like porno can cure lack of conversation.
So
or inability to have it.
So if you had to, let me ask you this then.
You guys do whatever you want.
So if you had to weigh the benefit and the risk. So say you got a couple that's kind of vanilla. They don't really talk about much. What's the benefit and the risk? Like if you had to do a risk benefit analysis about having this kind of conversation, what's the risk of it? What's the benefit of it?
I'll tell you like this. I need to be the fantasy provider or curator in my relationship. That means create your nastiest, most dark, crazy fantasy all you want, and let me just curate it in a way that I can handle it.
Okay.
Or I could be the person thought about after the fantasy, after the masturbation, or after maybe the cheating, or after your lady go and explore the shit herself because I'm too vanilla. So what you got to do is create a space that non-vanilla, like that taboo stuff, can exist. If you so want it to.
Exactly.
But you cannot close that stuff off because I want to be the fantasy.
Yeah.
All I need is to know what it is, and I'll figure out how to execute it, not involving nobody else.
Okay.
I got there's all kind of things you can order. There's all kind of things that you can buy. There's all kind of things that you can bring into your life.
You're right.
That's not a human.
Exactly. I think, and if you can't explore your desires and fantasies in the most intimate relationship that you have, then what's the point? Yeah. Like you should be able to have a conversation. Now, that doesn't mean that. So one of the things but I appreciated about all those types of relationships we named, at the foundation of them was consent. It was agreement. But you don't have agreement without conversation. So if you're already having this types of relationships anyway, why not just have an agreement about it?
Yeah, I agree with that. You want to know something else we can do?
What's that?
We can stop in our homes and around our homies, labeling women in any way.
You're right.
A woman needs to be a woman. Like it can't be a bitch or a hoe or a freak or a slut.
She's got to be a woman.
She's got to be a woman that enjoys doing slutty things.
That's it.
Or freaky things. There needs to be a differentiation.
Yeah.
Between it. I personally believe that the judgment in a monogamous space that we place on women and the labels is what keeps them from opening up the slutty side, because they want to do slutty. They might want to do a slutty activity without being labeled a slut.
Exactly. They might have just sexual desires.
They might want to act like a hoe just for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Not be labeled a hoe for the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
So I think it's important for us to do that.
Yeah, I think it's our responsibility as men to drop our egos, to power them down, so that we can then accept the fact that our women are sexual beings too.
Yeah, we are got another thing that we have to do that comes in response to what you just said in terms of ego. This is like, man, women are more freaking and more understanding of their needs than we are.
Absolutely.
Like we just
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We operate off default.
That's
what
it.
we're supposed to do.
That's it.
They exploring. They know exactly what they want. What you need to do is become right up in there with them. That's why a lady can have like a gay friend.
Yeah.
That knows all these categories.
Absolutely.
Because the space is there.
That's it. They create their own space.
So as a heterosexual man, we got to be friends and just be like, look, you like freak shit?
Tell me more. Tell
me more. Let me understand all of it, so I can pick all the things about it that I can do.
Yeah.
And all the things about it that I can't do.
Yep.
But my desired outcome will be to help you get these categories taken care of. Shit.
That's it. And I think that's an important point you just made, though, is that it's okay to have places that you won't go. Right?
Yeah.
Pineapples is important. Pineapples.
Yeah.
Right? The safe word, like the stuff you don't want to do is important. But it shouldn't stop you from having conversation and exploring. Our egos stop us from that.
All I know is the most powerful man in a relationship is the man with the most data.
You're right. That knows the most about what his woman wants and desires.
The most powerful man in a monogamous relationship is a man with the most data.
Shit. Hey, this is good. This is good.
I'm talking about not even close.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm with you. I think that we have to be just curious. And curiosity is where you collect data.
You know what curiosity does?
What's that?
It kills the cat.
You just hit with the boom.
That's a fact, Jack.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. All right, man. This has been a dope conversation, man. I got something I want to close this out with.
Talk to me.
You know what I mean? Producer, how long we been on? 42 minutes. That means we got 3 minutes left.
Let's go. Hit.
We got 3 minutes left.
Go fast.
All right. So I got a new segment.
Let's go. I got to know.
It's called the Unleashed List.
Unleashed List.
The Unleashed List. Right. So in the Unleashed List, we're gonna list things. We're gonna have a topic, and we're gonna list some things. We're gonna give our opinions on them.
Let's go.
Right. So let me tell you where this was inspired from, because I have to be I have to give credit where credit is due.
Let's do it.
Right. So there was this creator on TikTok. Her name was Talia Cadet, and she gave a list of the top 5 things she's just too old for.
Let's go.
Right. So we're gonna name a few. We're gonna talk about them.
Do it.
All right. So now we, a little older. So Unleashed List. Thing number 1 that we too old for, and we're gonna talk about it.
Let's go.
The club. Let's talk about the club.
I need to go during the day.
I
need to have people my age around me.
Okay.
Get music gotta be dope.
All right. So daytime, day party, people that's cool.
Period.
Don't take me no club late at night. I'm going to sleep in the club.
I don't want no parts of it.
I'm going to sleep in the club. I'll be snoring, and you're gonna be mad at me.
I ain't got no time.
Hey, I ain't got time for none of that. So don't invite me to the club late at night. It's over. All right. Number 2.
What?
Music festivals outdoors.
I
ain't going.
You ain't going?
I'm not going. Not one music festival where it's hot, where it's dusty, where I gotta freaking be sweating with a towel. Ain't nowhere to sit. Man, please.
Well, I'm oppose you on that, man. I'll do anything for good music. Right. So if there's somebody I really want to hear, I'm down.
Don't invite me.
You won't be.
I ain't coming.
I know a few people that'll go with me.
Go live.
Nope.
Go live on Facebook.
I ain't telling you shit about it.
Yeah.
Stay on.
But I ain't going. Number 3. Going out every day of the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You talking about each day?
Yeah, each day.
You can kiss my ass. I ain't explaining myself.
You right. You can kiss mine too. Friday night. First of all, I just got off work. Saturday, I got yard work. I got other shit to do. I got basketball games and all kind of stuff to do with a kid. And Sunday, fun day, I'm going out because I get ready for work the next day. Give me one day. You got one, and it's a day party.
You can give me one, but I ain't explaining shit. You come to my house afterwards.
I got number 4. I thought this one was cool.
What's that?
I ain't got time to be winging it.
Winging it.
Meaning I ain't got time.
You go somewhere you ain't got no plan.
I ain't no plan. Nah, don't invite me nowhere where there ain't no plan. I ain't know where we going. I ain't know where we parking. I ain't know what the menu is before we get there. I ain't know who gonna be there. I ain't know all the shit.
That's a fact, Jack.
Don't talk about let's just go hang out. Because if the minute we don't have a place to be, I'm going home.
Now I will wing it if it's a paid resort vacation somewhere.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about just going out regular,
just ride around,
you can kiss my ass.
Nah,
I seen all I needed to see all week.
Yeah, I ain't got time. I'm looking for a reason to go home.
I just want to have a good time, but I have such a good time at home or even at your house.
Yep.
That you got to give me a reason.
Yeah.
So when you work hard and you establish a space that's fun,
Mm-hmm.
you need a reason to leave it. That's what being grown is about.
That's a fact, Jack. All right, number 5.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got time to be going back and forth with people. I ain't got time at all for that.
Mm-hmm.
I got one point to make. Here's how I feel. Here's my boundary. Here's how you make me feel about it. That's it. But what we're not going to do is sit and have a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I said what I said. You said what you said. Let's make a conclusion, and that's it. But I'm not going to be talking about it for days.
My stance on that is so strong that I'm going to ask you, what would Trell Unleashed do if I hear some shit I don't want to hear for too long?
Walk off.
I would walk off. I'd be gone. I would disappear.
I already know how you get down.
I would disappear. I'm like a magic trick.
Ain't nobody doing it.
I'd be there 1 minute.
Voila. Magic.
That's fact. And matter of fact, that's why I don't ride with nobody. I ain't rode with nobody except for you a couple times. Man, I haven't rode with anybody since probably 2007.
Hey, I understand.
I like to leave
when I'm
ready to leave, go when I'm ready to go, and I don't have time for no bullshit. That whole 4-5 people come in the car to ride somewhere?
Nah.
That's played.
First of all, it's too hot. Number 2, let me tell you what I do. Even if I rode with somebody, I will Uber my ass home. I will go home. I'll see y'all later. It's getting too late. Matter of fact, the lights went down. The sun went down. It's time to go.
Matter of fact, man, when we do, let's say we do go out under our proper conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody even tell me what to do when I get there.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have a section or not. I might not send that shit at all.
Yeah.
I might just come in there, get me a drink, and walk off.
I feel you, brother.
You know I'm notorious for that.
Look, I got one more. One more. It's a bonus.
Talk to me.
It's a bonus. She said, I ain't got time for all that noise.
That sounds like you.
That's me. That's my shit. I can't stand loud music. I can't stand a bunch of noise. The other day I was at the park. I heard a bunch of kids crying and whining and talking. I was exhausted. And then Trell like to come to my house, sit on my patio where it's quiet, and play the music every time with a speaker at. I don't care about no speaker.
Hey, I like
Why you can't just play it on your iPhone and let it go to a certain level? Why do you have bass in it?
How can you listen to music without bass?
I got my homeboy CJ the same way. CJ the same way. That's why you can't hear these days.
How can you listen to a good song without bass?
Nobody want to hear that. It's too much noise.
That's not true.
That's why I don't like when you be singing.
Everybody likes to hear but you.
That's why I don't like when you be singing. It's just too much noise.
I don't care.
It's too much noise.
Hey, everybody like when I bring the speaker out.
No, we don't.
And
everybody, no, you like it.
I can name the whole GT. Everybody likes it but you.
You right. It's too loud.
Everybody.
Turn it down.
No.
How you want to try to talk and be loud at the same time?
It's easy.
You know what? It's time to go.
It's easy to do. Why don't you just move away from the speaker?
No. Why don't you just lower the volume?
Because I can't hear it.
And I can't stand while we riding in people's car.
I can't
stand with somebody car with the music loud. Why?
I can't even hear a song or listen to it for the first time. Listen as loud as it can go in my truck.
You know what? This is why we don't ride together.
We're gonna ride together tomorrow. Listen to a new track.
Nope, time to go. Anyway,
close this out.
Hey, shout out to Talia Cadet again for this list. Hey, I enjoyed discussing it. Appreciate you for the content. But Unleashed list. That's a new list. We're gonna have a list pretty often, and we're gonna start doing our Unleashed questions too. So season 2 is in full effect, baby. It's in full effect. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode because it's been dope. Trell, stop singing. Shout out to our super producer. Trady, what's up, girl? Super producer got us going in the right direction. So we stepping the game up for y'all in season 2. Appreciate y'all. Again, this is the TNT Unleashed Podcast. This is a podcast where authenticity lives. It's where ego dies. And we talk about everything. From life to love to relationships to everything in between, what you can see. You might laugh. You might cry. But we hope you leave what? Unleashed. Peace.
Yeah.
We out here.
That was good.